Hey, welcome in to this show today about making money online. We got a lot of things we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be hitting different things from a product review standpoint, from an affiliate marketing standpoint, from a real estate standpoint, from a crypto standpoint. And finally, we will also be diving into a mental health standpoint and how all this can be productive and conductive for you to make money online. So let's go ahead and get going. And thank you. Now, hopefully you're hearing some of these sound effects. These are new with the new soundboard, so hopefully you're really enjoying them. I want to first get started with the product review and how that's going to be important. So with the product review, the first person we're going to be going to is none other than Kanye, who now goes by Ye. Not too sure exactly how he pronounces it. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this incognito window here, which you should be able to see. And let's go ahead and just type in google.com. Okay. And we're going to type in Kanye. And there's a lot going on about him. Let's go into his albums because this is what he's known for. He was a music producer before he was a rapper. He had a hard time getting his start as a rapper, but he's got specific albums. We're going to be looking into one of his best. This one's called Graduation. So he has a number of high-level albums. He has College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation. Then he'd ventured off a little bit more. The first three have really put the spotlight on him. I wouldn't say I'm a big Kanye West fan. I liked a couple of his songs here and there. I definitely respected how good he was at what he does. Here we go, Graduation. Now, here we can see a little bit about the background of the album, third installment. That's pretty much the main thing you're going to need to know about this album. And from there, let's go ahead and go back to Google. And now we're going to go to Amazon. And from Amazon, we're going to go to Graduation. All right, and here we go. He's got a couple versions. He's got a clean version, which is fine. Let's take a look at these reviews right here so you can see how impactful they are. Oh, we're going right into Amazon Music. 14 albums. 14 tracks, 14 songs. You're looking at about a little under an hour if you are a part of the fan club. You're going to be spending about an hour with this CD. Now, Stronger is probably one of his biggest hits. He had a song with T-Pain called Good Life. This is another one of his biggest hits. These are big singles on the radio. Now, this song was apparently written for Jay-Z, about Jay-Z being such a good influence for him. He calls it Big Brother. And I would say out of all the songs on this album, the one that probably did the best was Stronger. Okay, let's take a look. Before we got to Amazon Music, let's back up one. Here we go. Look at the reviews. 5 out of 5 reviews. 1,500, almost 1,600. So you're looking at a decent product. When you're looking at the actual album CD, it's about $8 even, just a little bit, I wouldn't say under $8, a little bit over $8, $8.09. So it's actually not a bad way to spend $8. This is going to be under the price of a Subway sandwich. So if you think about it from that perspective, it's not a terrible way to go with spending your money. So let's see if I can jump back on screen with you. Oh, and here we are. Good. So in terms of the actual product, from my perspective, it's a good buy. It's good to listen to him before some of the changes happened. I know that album, I believe, was, I could be wrong, but I believe that was the last album he made before his mother passed. That's when a lot of things had changed for him once his mother had passed away. So I would definitely give it a shot. Take a chance on it. Nope. Nah, that must not be crude. Let's go with If Only. Yeah, if only you get a few minutes. I commute, so I like to have a little bit of free time and put on some music that could, kind of set me up for the day, get me excited, get me motivated, wake me up. So I would give that a shot. I definitely, while not being a fan of this man, have enjoyed a lot of the songs on this album, and those two specifically that I named, I can vouch for are pretty good songs. They have good beats to them. They have a lot of production. Something that you notice on this third album of his, that he spends a lot of time working on a production value. He's very musically inclined. He doesn't necessarily play a lot of instruments. He's very good with a drum pad, which is an art in itself. If you think about a guitar, you press down on a guitar, and you're talking to someone who trained with my instructor was a master in classical and jazz guitar, taught at the doctorate level for classical and jazz. And our one-on-one lessons really showcased to me how much it's just really a toy. You're pressing down on a toy to get specific sounds and beats and rhythms and syncopations out of it, which is a lot of fun and kind of wild to think about how people are making millions of dollars and billions of dollars, trillions of dollars of money generated based off of a toy. But this toy can really produce a lot of healing type of atmospheric music and whatnot. So highly recommend you give it a shot. And if it's not for you, then you definitely have the option to take it back. Usually Amazon's very good about returns. That's one thing that Amazon has really made a staple of, is being very upfront about being friendly about returns. So if you do pick up that album, you're looking at one of the better ones of what we have right now as a musical genius. We don't see too many of those walking around these days, but the man, why I'm not a fan of him, I can recognize that he really puts a lot into his music. Maybe he doesn't give the best vocal performance, or maybe he doesn't play a specific instrument, but as a composer, he's extremely good at what he does. As a rapper, he's also, I think he's a very skilled rapper. He's very polished at this point. As far as rap goes, I definitely have my picks of who I would put above him in the rap world. But for the most part, he's a worthy opponent for anyone if they wanted to give him a rap battle. So that's my review of that product, and hopefully you can utilize that opportunity to pump you up when you're driving, when you're thinking about making money. Sometimes you need a break. You need a break for your mind, and you need something to turn it off. So that is the review for today. As you know, Kanye's been in some hot water for saying a lot of things. So a lot of people have been asking, why is he famous? What has he done in the first place? What has he contributed to society? And that album has been a big helper for a lot of people. A lot of people have used that to get through things. Their parents have passed away or whatnot. They would play albums, songs like that. They would say they blast the music, they blast the song stronger, and that would really pump them up and get them motivated and get them out of bed. So like him, hate him, the guy has a knack for making good music, making music that's very elaborative, music that's very big, well composed. He also has a knack for keeping it simple. I've listened to some of his poetry readings, bittersweet poetry at Def Comedy Jam, where it's just him in a microphone. He's just reading poetry. Very good poet. He has a rapping, entertaining persona as he reads poetry, but here's a guy that really cares about the art form of lyricism. I hope I didn't make up that word. So I say give it a shot. It's not a bad way to go. So next we're going to be diving in to the next wave of making money online. Let's go ahead and get ready for that. Okay. So we just talked about the product review of the album. Now we are going to be talking about the affiliate marketing aspect and what we're doing with that. Now, the cool thing about affiliate marketing is when you're an affiliate an affiliate marketer, you can really benefit from a product that's already established, a product that may not necessarily have been something you had a hands-on experience with the creation of, but it is something that maybe you've enjoyed. And if you have an audience or if you are just a referral, you basically get a finder's fee for bringing people to that product. So I'm an affiliate for multiple products. I'm actually an affiliate for Amazon at this point, which is very simple, something I highly recommend you do. Pretty simple. Now I want to show you how vast it is. When you're an affiliate marketer for Amazon, and we're in incognito right here, we were just talking about Kanye's album Graduation. Right above here, oh, you know what? You're not going to be able to see this. So we are going to share the screen. So thanks for hanging on, everyone. Give me a second to get back to the incognito window. And here we go. So right up here in this left top hand corner, that's where you're going to find a box, and it's going to give you the option of a QR code, a text link, a short text link, or I believe an image. I could be wrong, but not necessarily important. I will be honest, I've only ever used the text link. And what you do with that is you can actually go to any product on Amazon, any product at all. And when you click on it, like for example, this is a poster, you will have an option up here when you're an affiliate, you're signed into your account, you have an option here where you can now take that same product and get a link for. And you can put that link anywhere. So for example, I could put that link in the description of this video. When that link is there, someone clicks on that link and makes a purchase, I'm going to get a commission based off of my finder's fee, which I think for Amazon right now is about 4%, maybe even 8%. I think they're trying to raise it a little bit more because they can use extra help. So let me rephrase that. I don't think Jeff Bezos needs the extra help, but they can always use a little bit of an extra boost. So I think they're giving us a little bit more as affiliate marketers. Now, I know a lot of affiliate marketers do pretty well. Some of them make 100K, 90, 80,000 a year pretty consistently. So being an affiliate is pretty helpful. It comes down to, do you have an audience? One thing about me being an affiliate, I don't like to affiliate products I've never used before. So all my affiliate products that you see on this channel are going to be about products I actually have had hands-on experience with. I don't do affiliate products for things I haven't seen or used before. If I don't own it, maybe it's at my clinic, and then maybe it's something I've held before in my own hands. I've used something that a patient has given to me or whatnot. So it's always important as an affiliate to really be engaged and in tune. And it's a really cool way for you to make a little bit of extra income. I'm going to jump off the screen share, and I'm going to come right back in because we want to be a little bit more in your face when I explain this next part. So we're going to stop the share. There we go. You should see me right here. Hello. Let's get back to some sound effects. Can you see me? Sure. All right. Very good. Are you sure? You should be able to see me now. So when it comes to being an affiliate marketer, the first thing I would recommend is if you're not getting offers from people, a lot of times you're signing up for a product and you'll get offers. If you're not getting offers, then go ahead and reach out yourself. The worst they can say is no. Let them know, preferably that this is something you feel confident you can do. Whether you have experience, let them know you have experience. If you don't have experience, let them know that you have mentors. That mentor can be me. For example, even though we're not in a face-to-face setting, we're in a remote setting, you can leave a comment below. You can have access to me, the channel. You can actually have access to the videos, and you can have some sort of guidance on how to do this from someone that actually has a relationship with some of these companies. And just let them know that this is something you're interested in. It's a very easy thing to do. What you're doing is you're taking your audience and you're letting them know about a specific product. And with that product, you're going to be able to guide that audience member into maybe making a purchase, or at least being on the website, giving them an exchange of value, whether that's not a monetary exchange of value. Maybe it's not money. Maybe it's an email address, a phone number, something, an address where they can send postcards. emails, send text messages with deals and court them. And over time, if they give them the right deal and catch them at the right time and build up a relationship with trust, eventually they'll probably make a sell. But it all starts with building a relationship, getting in front of their eyes, and offering them opportunities to have some sort of relationship, whether that is coupons, whether that is free stuff, whether that is just an opportunity to give them a chance to be an affiliate, which often happens. Sometimes they don't buy anything from the company, but they tell them, hey, if you want to be an affiliate, you'll get free stuff. And on top of that, you'll make commission. So that is something that you definitely want to explore. You have really nothing to lose with it except maybe time. And, let me take that back. You do have something that you could potentially lose. And you want to make sure that you don't be weird. Yeah, you don't want to be weird because your audience is going to be who you are referring out to. So if it's a product you don't trust, then you're going to have, what I would recommend is to decline the opportunity to be an affiliate, because you don't want to steer your audience wrong. It's always important, this is my advice, to take care of your audience. If you have people who follow you and listen to you, it's good morals to take care of them. If you don't have the moral set to take care of them, which is, I'm sorry for you if you don't have the moral set. Think of it from a business standpoint. If you don't take care of them, you're going to lose them. If you lose them, then you're going to potentially lose your network and ability to make money. So try to look at it from what's in the best interest of my audience, what's in the best interest of my people, my supporters, and how can I help bring value to them. You could find ways to affiliate for companies. You may not necessarily like the product, but you could bring to your audience an opportunity for them to be an affiliate for that company. For example, say there's a product on hair rejuvenation, and I'm someone that doesn't have to worry about being bald, obviously. So I don't necessarily need a product like that, but say they have an opportunity where you can be an affiliate and it's a decent product. I might jump on that. I might let some people know about that. Hey, why don't you take a look at being an affiliate for this company? They got a pretty good track record. They've helped some people out. It's not something I needed, but it was a cool opportunity, and I'm spreading that to you. There's ways where you can actually bridge the gap. So continue to look into that. That should be beneficial for you. That should be able to provide you another source of income. Again, I know multiple people who are making six figures solely by affiliate marketing. It's going to come down to growing your audience. So continue to bring opportunities for your audience, whether it's products that they may need or opportunities for them to become affiliates themselves. That's what you're going to want to take a majority of your time doing. Okay. We are going to go ahead and move on into the next segment. So for this next part, we're going to be talking about crypto. And right now in the news, it's all about FTX, the token. So we're going to talk a little bit about FTX. There's a lot of people who are confused on FTX, what it's actually doing, what has gone wrong with it. So let's take some time to break it down. This has been a problem that's pretty expensive. It's a very expensive problem. I'm going to switch the soundboard sounds to some of the more darker ones. Don't fall for that. Right. And some of the problems that have been there, we are going to really dive in. So get ready for that. Well, okay. Now, FTX token, what is it? This is a leverage crypto token that allows traders to place leverage positions without having to trade on margin. So FTX, a crypto token, which lets traders leverage positions and not have to trade by using margins, is currently available. But the FTX founder is facing legal action brought by U.S. investors. Now, at least $1 billion of the money is missing from the customers. At least $1 billion of these funds are currently being looked into. So this is a huge loss in the customers' funds. It was once the most proficient cryptocurrency, which is pretty high on the totem pole. Now, the exchange, which became an absolute on Friday, It's now seeking Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in Delaware. The filing also included a statement form from FTX's U.S. General Counsel stated that the company has taken its digital assets offline. So we got a big problem on our hands with this token. Perfect. Yeah, so a lot of people are going to be in trouble. I'm sure the company hasn't responded to the inquiry of many comments. I guess they're too busy for that. Don't flatter yourself. No, FTX is under a lot of fire, so I totally understand. They probably need to reconvene and figure out a game plan for this, because this is going to be a problem. Now, FTX is the victim of a loss of $1 billion in customers' funds and is currently seeking the most effective solution possible. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like. Now, there's a firm that has faced bankruptcy and court protection from creditors, and it's being investigated by several U.S. regulators. One of the problems with FTX was the regulation and the lack of securities, and obviously the way the money was divided up and not used for the welfare of the actual cryptocurrency. Now, Sam Bankford, friend, the company founder and former CEO, are under scrutiny at this point. Now, the former CEO is reportedly has transferred $10 billion worth of clients' funds to trading business for research. Now, Fried reportedly used a back door in FTX's accounting system to transfer the funds. Now, as per reports, the bankers shared the backdoor managers from the company. Now, this is unimaginably very stupid. Perfect. Yeah, we're actually going to find the sound effect for that one. I have it here. Here we go. Stupid. Yeah, that was one of the stupidest things that you should do with such a valuable coin. It wasn't necessary. I don't see why you would actually do something so cavalier when you were making enough money for you to be profitable. It was a bad idea. So at this point, we're going to have to see what comes of it. But for the most part, the damage is done. But transferring $10 billion in cash without being caught is pretty impressive. Now, it may not be all exactly as it seems. According to Bankman-Fried, he used the back door to change the financial statements that the company had without informing auditors. Now, this could be correct. Now, based on another source, the amount of money missing ranges from $1 billion to $2 billion. I'm hearing other reports that it's even $3 billion. Now, the FTX that was able to see the spreadsheet in the mirror attributed to $1 billion at the wrong location, which was a clever scheme. So they had some clever schemes. Obviously, they were doing some corrupt stuff. They didn't necessarily take heart the importance of taking care of their people. And now they are in some hot water. Oh, yeah. Well deserved. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. If you are with the company as a customer, I feel for you, because FTX is going to be a mess for some time. Hang in there. That's some of the best advice I can give you. Now, one thing that you may want to do is consider reaching out to people in the know, financial investors that have some sort of track record of being trustworthy and getting the best guidance. I would sit down with someone in person in a place where you can throw some chairs. Personally, sit down where they can't hang up the phone or drop a call. Someone that can really help you with your concerns and worries, give you an opportunity to vent, and also to let it all out, because it's going to be a very emotional conversation. You might get very charged up, very angry. And it would probably be best to talk that out with a financial expert, because they will have solutions for you more so than someone just on YouTube. Someone on YouTube may have solutions for you, but you're going to need a one-on-one if you are someone that's losing money, and maybe even a little bit of a warmer one-on-one bond between people, because chances are you're going to be pretty fired up about this, and going to need to be in an area where there's people that can kind of talk you through this. That would be my highest recommendation. We're going to touch on that a little bit later as well. But as far as the crypto world goes, that is the big news in crypto. So keep an eye on your Ether cryptocurrencies. The needle's going to definitely be moving. There's going to be a lot of fear going on due to the issues with FTX. So keep an eye on that. And we are going to jump into the next segment. And now we're going to be talking a little bit about how things have been going on with our real estate channel. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to jump off camera for about 2 seconds. You should not be able to see me. Very good. And as we transition over to our real estate point of view, I'm going to jump back on camera. And there we are. You should be able to see me. We're going to talk about some of the biggest real estate mistakes that you can make. And we're going to talk about ways that you could avoid them. So let's go ahead and let's dive right into this. So the biggest real estate mistake that I've seen has to do a lot with issues that have come from just not knowing what you're doing. There's a lot of ways that this has been playing out, and this has happened a lot personally with me as well. So let's talk a little bit about mentorship when it comes to that. It's going to come down to how experienced you are with new investments. You're going to need to know when it comes to real estate ways to not make common mistakes. A residential property sales is one of the big ways that you could really damage yourself if you're not careful. Very low offers can be stressful, and that experience can put your home up for sale, particularly the home you're in. So you want to make sure you're keeping an eye on different types of landscapes. Now, if you're offered an unfavorable price, for example, and you're not sure whether or not you accept it, it's often difficult to determine if the worth is the amount of time for the bargain. So nevertheless, it's important to know the terms of the offer as well as its motivations. So all this is to help give you a guide and more chances of accepting the right offers. Let's go ahead and clap for that one. Thanks. We were just kind of checking out some of these sound effects. You should be able to hear that one. And that's a little delayed. Should be able to hear this one too. Oh, that's okay. No worries. Now, all sorts of buyers will use lowball offers. When you're purchasing or selling a car, house, a property, it's the norm to put out a little bid, obviously. But when you choose to make a low offer, it's crucial to understand what you're offering. Then you can bargain a price and stay clear of the drama. It's another thing you want to really watch out for. You don't want to make the mistake of getting caught up in drama. It's going to really be a downer on you, especially when you're dealing with such tangible amounts of money. The offers that are lowball usually lead to an increase of price. In reality, they are really, rarely essential. So it's possible to make buyers aware of the importance of the offers made by the seller, but you really have to be in the know about what's the market saying for the price point. Now, an individual buyer can feel like an offer is too low, and that might be sufficient advice. But if the market is saying that offer is spot on, you really have to adjust the market. So sometimes, though, it might be worth countering. And that process of countering low offers and negotiating is one of the things that you're really going to watch out for. The biggest mistake you can do is go in and not knowing how to negotiate, make a lot of errors. That's something that you really are going to have to mentally prepare for and train your mind to really accept that this is something I can do. I can really dive in here and learn the negotiation strategies. There's different methods of learning negotiation. I'm actually in a program with a lot of other PhDs like myself that have come to grips with being in a network and understanding how important it is. So we actually have a branch that's all about negotiation. And I've been through a lot of those meetings, and I've learned a lot about negotiations and how important it is to make moves and actions based off of leverage. Got to know when you have to leverage, when you don't have to leverage. When you don't have to leverage, you shouldn't be calling the shots. When you do have to leverage, that's when you should be calling far more shots. Let's go ahead and continue on. Now, lowball offers by homeowners, investors, wholesalers are going to happen. They're going to have a different set of goals and typically different set of ways to expand besides being a homeowner, maybe an investor, maybe a renter. Everyone's got a different piece of stake in the game, skin in the game. So you want to make sure that you're acknowledging all sides and what they might get out of it and what they may see value from. That's going to be very much a determinant of how you're going to negotiate in real estate. Let's talk a little bit about what I mean by that. So for example, if I'm an investor and I see a property that I want, and that property has a homeowner who I know is a multimillionaire, it doesn't need that property, I can come in and be like, hey, let's take that property off your hands. It's been on the market for 90 days. I got it for you. That property is worth maybe 500K. I'm going to take it off your hands right now for 50. And I know that that multimillionaire doesn't need the extra 50K and he would just like to move. And I can make that move start to happen. So he might take that offer for 450. Now let's flip that. Maybe it's someone else. Maybe it's a single homeowner. This is all of their net worth inside that property. And they had just put it on the market. It's been 2 weeks and they have it for 500K. They need every inch of that 500K. I know it's going to be a lot harder for them to budge on that 500K based off the environmental options on the table. So you want to keep that in mind when, you're doing your negotiations, the leverage, the timing, the environment, the value it is for you, the value it is for them. Value is going to be very different for all different sorts of people. So those are going to be things that you really want to keep an eye on. Now, the property owner may have the funds to cover a greater down payment, or you may not need to undergo specific inspections. So you want to keep in mind inspections and funds for extraneous expenses when it comes to properties. These are going to be things that, again, are going to negotiate out and play out when you are at the table trying to figure out what is the right price. What's the right price point for you, for the renter, for the homeowner, for the investor, etc. So keep an eye on lowball offers. Also try to understand that specific offers are influenced by the quantity of homes on the market. There we go. So we are going to, we still have more. Let's go ahead and dive in a little bit more. Here we go. Now, seller's market. Now, if it's a seller's market, it's important to understand that why you're selling a property in the first place could be very much a part of why some of these offers are going to be lower. Now, consider an amount of time that the house was on the market. If the property of the market was on for long or not sold, it might not be in the best shape. Could be costly for the area. These are things you really want to keep in mind when it comes to doing with a seller's market. Buying in a seller's market is always pretty tricky. There's almost no way around getting a little bit of a bad bargain. So you're going to have to really understand your circumstances and your environment. And again, this is where I would probably reach out. You can do it. You really can. Reach out and get some of the best help you can from people in the area. Again, people that you can see face to face are some of the best options I know. If you can't find people from word of mouth or online in the area that can help you out, then try to consider looking online and seeing if they could direct you to people face to face or in person. If you still can't, then try to find people that know how to hook up phone calls and monitors and Zoom, where you can always get a face to the name and see them, get a little bit of a bond and a personal trust behind it. If that doesn't work, then get them on the phone and call them and see if that can work. That should be the last resort, though. I always recommend, if you could, try a face-to-face operation, because that's going to give you the most opportunity for bonding with anyone that's going to give you real estate advice. So coughing aside, and thanks for putting up with that. I definitely need to get some water soon. Coughing aside, one thing you're going to want to do to really maximize your opportunities in real estate is highly try to avoid errors in negotiation. Once you make your negotiation, that is where all the chips are on the table. If you don't know what you're doing with negotiation, that's fine, but you're going to want to get your hands on someone that can help you with this, whether it is someone who's in your family, someone that has experience doing this. Get your hands on someone that can really help you out. And even people in your family, I would definitely be careful with going to people in your family who haven't done this before, who haven't done it professionally. Family usually has the right idea, but a lot of times family can really put you behind if you haven't been focusing on what your needs are. They could really dive in and step in and put you in a bad light. So make sure you got a professional who's going to really focus on your needs. And family could be fine if you can trust them to take care of you. Sound effect's not going. See if we can make that go. That's okay. No sound effect for that one. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on. All right, and this is the final leg of this discussion. We're going to be talking about your mental health aspects when it comes to things such as real estate, money, making money online, maybe crypto, affiliate marketing, doing product reviews, any of these type of ideas to make money. They can be really helpful for you, but you really want to do your best to keep an eye on your mental health. And that's important because these things can be very tasking on your mind, even tasking on your body to try to figure out how to start. So one thing you're going to want to do when you notice that you're feeling overwhelmed by all the information out there, you're trying to piece it all together, which can be tricky. You can do it. You really can. It can also be that's pretty expensive. It can also be pretty expensive. If only. It can be sometimes a little lonely. Sure. It can be a problem at times. Nope. Actually, yep. It can be a lot of problem. If you're finding out that you are seeing some of these issues on the table, then you're going to want to try to find ways to calm your being and yourself. And one of the best ways you can do that is by breathing. You take a few breaths, breathe in, relax your shoulders, and then go ahead and breathe out. You can even do that with this video. Take a breath in. When you're ready, go ahead and drop your shoulders, breathe out. Now, just taking those couple of breaths can help reset your brain, can help you to slow down. You can't really fight against it. You've started a process in trying to help yourself kind of take away some of the pressure that's been floating around in the air. You can almost feel it, like a glow or a shadow over you, like a cloud. When you breathe like that, you're going to take some of that weight off your shoulders and just kind of drop it, which is what's needed for you to continue to do good work. You take a break, put the weight down, give yourself a chance to breathe, stretch, feel a little bit of relief, and then you can go back when you're ready and continue on a great path of getting things done. So that's where we talk about yoga and what yoga can really do for you. It's a good way to blend the two of them. You're going to breathe and stretch. And I talk to a lot of people who like yoga, who do yoga, who teach yoga. One of the hardest things for most of them is to continue to have their personal practice and keep that in mind and make sure that they are doing that and getting it done, which is, not a problem. It happens to all of us. It's a part of the journey, and it's a real thing. So what I would recommend, something that I would fully give my advice for, is write it down. Write down a time for you to focus on your practice. Try to honor your words. Stick to it. If you can't do that, that's fine as well. But try to put alarms in your phone. Alarms to remind you to breathe. Breathing should be the first line of defense. If you can't make time to breathe, you need to really sit down, think, and evaluate that. And ask yourself, why can't I make time to breathe? Think about that for a second. If you still catch yourself running into those problems, then you should reach out to someone that can help you with that, professional. You can reach out to even a friend or family member, let them know, hey, I've been feeling so overwhelmed and stressed. I don't even feel like I have time to breathe. They'll probably laugh at you for a second and then think about it. And you probably realize that's a predicament. If you're moving that quick, you're going so fast where you don't even have time to breathe, then you definitely need to slow down. We all have the same 24 hours in the day. I understand what it's like to need to get a lot of things done, but your mental health is something you have to keep key, or else you'll burn out. It's just not something that you can negotiate. You need to make sure that your mental health's in order. There's things you can do, though, that will help with this so that you can continue a heavy workload. And that's where yoga and breathing can be very impactful. So one of the reasons I say breathing first is because it's so much easier. You can just jump into it anytime. It's pretty quick. Get it done in about 5 to 10 seconds, which should be enough for you to at least start the process. Now, if you really want to expedite things and get a little bit more handle, get a little bit more energy, a little bit more restorative rest, then that's when you're going to want to push a little bit more into yoga. And that's going to be very impactful for you and helpful for you to really recover from the gruels of what's going on in your mind from trying to do this journey of whether you're trying to become a millionaire or pay off your student loans or just put food on the table for your family. Yoga will give you an opportunity to turn your mind off for a minute, stretch out your body, get a physical cleanse of everything that's going on for you. If you don't take care of yourself physically, then it's only a matter of time for you to burn out as well that way. So you need to keep an eye on your mind and your physical being, and yoga can blend the two together, excuse me, and help you with that pretty well. When it comes to the mental aspect of it, breathing is the number one key you're going to look for while you're doing your yoga. So mentally, you're going to be considering focusing on the breath, watching the breath as you do your type of yoga. While you do these stretches, you're going to be looking at the way you breathe, putting an image on it, a picture of it. Now, physically, you're going to be doing the sensation, but mentally, you're going to be watching for it. If you can do that, you're going to be in a state of meditation. When you're in those states of meditation, your brain's turned off, your body's running almost like you're sleeping. Your recovery is going to be so much more thorough. You're going to feel a lot better. You're going to get the most out of these postures because your mind is going to be so relaxed. Picture you're giving yourself a massage. Your internal organs are going to get a massage. Every breath you take, you're going to be re-healing yourself. Not only restoring yourself, but you're putting years back on your life. It's very real. It's very important. There's a lot of studies that are coming out about this as we speak. So I would highly recommend that you please take some time to breathe. Number one, that's going to be the first thing I would push for. Number two, take some time after that to get your yoga practice going. Particularly if you're someone that talks about yoga, enjoys it, teaches it, make sure that you're not neglecting to give yourself a practice. For me, that most of that practice has to take place in the shower. But it takes place. Sometimes it takes place before I see patients, but it takes place. You don't do it, you are going to have to find something else that can really help you relax, whether that is a massage or maybe going in the spa, drinking a specific cleansing juice or whatnot. I'd say just do everything if you could. But yoga is so simple. It's so easy. It's free. It's something you can do anywhere. I would highly recommend that you get at least parts of it into your routine because it's such a beneficial help for you. On top of that, you're going to want to focus on other aspects of your mental health, like drinking water, getting sleep. Doing these things can be very impactful for you to help you out along the way. So I hope this has been helpful for you. And if you have any questions, like we said, leave it in the comments below. And we'll be back with more information for you. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon.